Today I am going to discuss the poem Leave Taking by Cecil Rajendra. Learning objectives of the presentation are to get some knowledge about the poet, to understand about the background of the poem, to identify the meaning of each stanza in the poem, and to know the structure, language, theme in the poem. Okay, children, now you can take some knowledge about the poet who wrote the poem Leave Taking. So, the poet's name is Cecil Rajendra. So, he's a Malaysian poet and also in profession he is a lawyer. His poems have been published in more than 50 countries and translated into several languages. And he writes on various social themes such as injustice, exploitation, hunger, poverty. So most of the poems are based on some of a social issue. So we he looked at various social issues uh, which have arose in society. So based on that, he came up with some social themes such as injustice, exploitation, hunger, poverty. Now we will learn the background of the poem. In this poem, Cecil Rajendra shows the deep emotional bond that exists between grandparents and grandchildren. So, while you are reading the poem, you can see that now he wanted to show the relationship, the deep relationship between grandparents and grandchildren. And the poet talks about ignorance of adults towards the to the elderly people. So if we talk about the background, what are the things that we can see from the by reading this poem? Mostly the poet wanted to show us the deep emotional bond between grandparents and grandchildren, and on the other hand, he's talking about the ignorance of adults towards to the elderly people. Uh, Cecil Rajendra lays out this poem to three stanzas basically. So we can take it as the structure of the poem. Now we'll see what the poet wanted to convey us from the first stanza. In the first stanza, we hear what his grandson meant to the old man. The only joy of his old age, he often said, was his grandson. So, according to this grandfather, his only joy is his grandson. So, I will tell you why, and what is the reason for this. By the time the grandchildren arrive, the grandparents are retired. So when these grandchildren when they come to their when they born to their families, most of the time grandparents they are retired from their jobs. So as a result of that, they have more time to appreciate the childhood of young ones and more time to spend with their young grandchildren. So the poet wanted to highlight here the attachment between grandparents and their grandchildren is much stronger than the one between parents and children. In the second stanza, the poet describes the affectionate relationship between grandfather and grandson. So we'll see how he describes the affectionate relationship between grandfather and grandson. Their friendship straddled 8 decades, three generations. They laughed, played, quarreled, embraced. So their friendship straddled 8 decades. So now, can you please guess what is the age of this grandfather? A, 8 decades. What do you mean by 8 decades? So one decade means 10 years. So uh, 8 decades means 80 years. Okay. So how old is this grandfather? 80. uh, uh, he is in his age 80. So though he is in his age 80, uh, as a small child, he is also enjoying his life by playing with his grandson. So what are the activities that they are doing? They are laughing together, playing together, quarreling, and also embrace. Not only that, watch television together. Now, you can see a picture of uh, a grandson and a grandfather who are watching television together. So, this is how they are passing their time. Okay, from morning up to the from morning until the evening time, maybe until grandson goes to sleep. This is how they are spending their day. And while they are doing all these things, the rest had little to say to the old man. Now they are enjoying their life, but the rest had little to say to the old man. Now, who are these rest? Rest means these grandfathers, children, grandsons, parents. So, as they are really busy, as they are engaging in their work and responsibilities, they do not get much time to talk to their own parents. So that's why the poet highlights us. They have little to say to the old man because of their busy life. They cannot communicate with each other very well. The little fellow was a fountain of endless chatter now. Not like their parents, not like his parents, but this little grandson, was a fountain of endless chatter, means talking uh, non-stop. So maybe unlimited, as he has unlimited time. He is talking from the morning up until he goes to the bed. So here, according to this stanza, when you are reading this stanza, you can see how the poet describes the affectionate relationship between grandfather and grandson. Uh, Not only that, the grandson loves and appreciates grandfather, while the children of the grandfather have no time for him. So this is what the poet wanted to highlight in this stanza. And while the grandson played, quarreled, embraced, and watched television with the grandfather, his own children hardly communicated. As I told you, yeah, they were hardly communicated with him and left him alone, right? So uh, now here it shows us, it gives some hint about the current society and the social issue, that is mostly ignorance of their own parents. As I discussed with you, in this stanza, it shows the grandfather in this poem too has a very affectionate relationship that has straddled 8 decades, three generations. So the two laugh, play, quarrel, and make up as good friends do. Their pastime is watching television together. In the third stanza, the poet conveys us A sad news about the grandfather. So we'll see what is the sad news. When death rattled the gate at 5 one Sunday morning took the old man away. Others trumpeted their grief in loud sobs and lachrymose blubber. He never shed tear, just waved one of his small inimitable goodbyes to his grandfather, and was sad the old man could not return his gesture. So, here, the relationship of grandfathers and grandsons comes to a natural conclusion. So, what is the natural conclusion? Grandfather's death. On a Sunday morning, grandfather dies and his body is being taken away, probably to the funeral parlor. The dust proclaimed their grief. Now, those who had no time for him and didn't even communicate with him displayed their grief openly and loudly, while the child took it casually. So, but uh, now here we can see though they openly grieve in a loud way, they did not worry so much when he arrives, and this shows how genuine young children are. So, as I told you, the grandson who does not understand the concept of death or the finality of death does not cry. But what did he do? He waves as he usually does when grandfather goes somewhere. So normally he used to wave his grandfather when he goes somewhere. So as he have that practice on that day also, he wanted to wave his grandfather. So only the fact that his grandfather has not waved back in return saddens him. So what was the only fact which brings him very sad, uh, that his grandfather has not waved back, though he waved him in other earlier days. He did not wave this day, so due to that he felt sad. He felt very sad. uh, so, uh, as readers, when we make a careful study of the poem, we understand how careless the modern man is towards the old people. Now, they do not want to care. They do not want to communicate with their parents, and completely they are ignoring their parents. So after they die only, they have their own uh, loud grief. So this is the social issue that the poet wanted to convey us from the poem Leave Taking. Not only that, but also in this stanza we can see the poem shows not only inevitability of death but also human artificiality. Now, by showing, uh, by emphasizing with a metaphor, others trumpeted their grief in loud sobs. So artificial. Now, while he was alive, they did not care. But after he died, they trumpeted their grief loudly. If we talk about the language techniques, the language used here in the poem is very simple, which itself implies the idea that how much generalized this incident in our society has been. So the poet uses a very simple language to give us the message about the social issue, um, what's happening to our older generation. So he uses metaphor, some metaphors and personification uh, to give some liveliness, to give to convey a very good message from this poem. So we'll see what are the metaphors that he uses. Fountain of endless chatter can be one metaphor. others trumpeted their grief. So, lachrymose blubber. So, what do you mean by lachrymose blubber? It's in now like a flood of tears. They cried. Flood, like in flood of tears, they cried a lot. And also, he uses a personification. When death rattled, death give liveliness to the death. When death rattled. He had given us the theme as the ignorance of adults towards the elderly people. So, throughout the poem, from the first stanza until the end of the third stanza, we can see the ignorance of adults towards the elderly people. Now, children, as we have come to the end of our discussion, here you can again you can uh, by by answering to these questions, you can revise your knowledge and what did you learn today. So please write answers to all of these questions. Thank you very much, children. I hope you will get a very good understanding, very clear understanding about the poem Leave Taking.